Hello everybody and welcome back. We have a lot of things to talk about today and I'm very excited. Specifically, we're going to be looking at a zombie fan favorite, something that we've been wanting to do for a very long time. We're going to be looking at the brain. It's a common misconception that this delicious pink goodness is ready to go right when you crack that skull open, but that is a very big misconception. Instead, the brain is actually surrounded by a few different layers of stuff that we don't really like eating by themselves, including the dura mater, the tough mother, in which it's very tough, we don't like it, we're getting rid of it. We also got the arachnoid membrane and the pia. We'll be removing these meninges, that way we can better eat the brain and enjoy ourselves. We'll be doing it a little more sophisticated way this time, so I'm going to walk you step by step how to cut through each layer to get to that delicious brain, and you're going to learn how to better prepare it as well. The outer level of the brain is known as the dura mater, or the tough mother. It's very, very gross. No one wants to eat it because it's very flexible, but it doesn't stretch. It's a lot like really bad beef. It just doesn't work. So, the first thing that we must do before we can actually eat the brain is remove the outer layer. Very easy to do as long as you have a trusty knife or your very, very strong zombie hands. Either way, I'm not going to judge. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a layer off from the near back, cutting as we go to get rid of the veins that are connecting it to the actual membrane. This is a little easier for me now because I've prepped this brain, but not easy for all people. So, as we tear the membrane off, I'm going to set it aside, just to get it out of the way so you guys can see a little better. You'll see that there is something underneath. This is known as the pia and the arachnoid. Because this brain has already been ripped out of the host skull, it is not going to be easy to show you that these are two different layers, so we're going to be removing them as one. The dura mater, now that it has been removed, we're going to discard it. It's not something that we want to eat, but we will be keeping this delicious pia mater because it is rich with blood vessels that fuel the brain with what it needs. The cerebrospinal fluid between the arachnoid membrane and the pia has been removed, so we will not need to worry about all the mess. I'm going to start peeling back the pia so you can actually see the delicious gray matter that is the brain. And we're going to be eating this, but we'll save this for next time when we make blood sausage. Ah, look at that delicious goodness. And remember, brains tend to be about, the human skull is about 15 pounds, so this is a bit large. If you ever want to get your own brain, you can always find, the best sources are natural. Go hunting for yourself, have someone do it for you. But, I always get the question, what happens if I can't do it, Kelly? What happens if I need to get a brain somewhere else? Well, store-bought is fine, but the best way is to actually get it yourself. You can usually find brains at the supermarket. The humans are usually hiding in the canned food area. It's quite messy, so you'll need to wash your hands. Be careful not to lose them. Almost losing this one. I think I got some gangrene going, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. So as you see, the delicious matter of the brain is now exposed. We will be cutting this up in a few different ways. I'm going to take a brief second to wipe my hands, but then we're going to get right to it. The few different ways to cut the brain include here, here, through, and a few different ways. Today, we're just going to focus on the front of the brain, my favorite, with the frontal lobes, but you can always cut wherever you want. I'm going to be cutting off a slice just to show you how easy it can be to cut to the brain with the right tools. You could also rip it with your hands or bite out of it yourself, but I do not recommend this. It is not the best serve. So as we see, we're getting this nice cut. See how the brain is squishing forward? Very good, very flexible. I'm going to release the cut and we're going to see how it tastes. Oh, look at that. Delicious. So, remember that when you're eating the brain, you can eat it raw. You can also prepare it with some fire. A lot of zombies don't like fire though because it tends to kill us. but it's up to you on that risk. Okay. So, when you're eating, I generally just recommend tearing it apart, like so. Sometimes it works a little better, sometimes not, but let's see how it is. It's perfect. Definitely recommend it fresh. Much better. Thank you for joining me today, everyone. I hope you learned something. Next time, please join me so that we can look at the peripheral nervous system, primarily the spinal cord, and we can make some delicious stew with it. I'm also going to show you how we can cut apart the spine and better eat it, because not many people like to actually eat the bones. So, I'll see you next time, next Wednesday, because some people keep dying on that day, and I'll see you then.